Hello, my loves. Welcome to my closet. If you're new here, I'm Kelsey. Nice to meet you. We are working our way through Phoebe Bridgers' Punisher album, and we are on Graceland 2. So, if you want any of the other videos from that album, go check out my Phoebe Bridgers playlist. Otherwise, let's get right into it. Oh, I already love the instrumentation. The violin and plucking, I just both.
She could go home, but she's not going to. So she picks a direction. It's 90 in Memphis. Turns up the music so thoughts don't intrude. Predictably winds up thinking of Elvis. If he believed songs could come true, I'm asking for it if they do. Doesn't know what she wants or what she's gonna do. A rebel without a clue.
I love this.
So we spent what was left of our serotonin to chew on our cheeks and stare at the moon. Said she knows she lived through it to get to this moment. Ate a sleeve of saltines on my floor, and I knew that I would do anything you want me to. I would do anything for you. I would do anything. I will do anything. Whatever you want me to do, I will do. Whatever she wants. Whatever
Oh, I just got the chills.
Woo! Whatever she wants. Whatever she wants. I will do anything. I will do anything. Whatever she wants. Whatever she wants. Whatever you want.
Whoa. I forgot to pause during that one. I didn't want to. I need to go back and count how many times I've said this because I know it's probably starting to lose meaning, but I think that one was my favorite one sonically. Maybe lyrically, I mean, that's at least tied for top as far as lyrics and concept go too. I mean, we're gonna look up The Genius. I forgot to mention before starting, this is one that I was given a little bit of context for, and I didn't pull it up right before this video, which I should have done, because now it's fuzzy in my memory. But I know it was like one of her dear friends, like that's from a different group, I believe, if I'm remembering right. someone that she cares about, and was it like got out of rehab or something to do with that. I'll read it again right after this, but let's also pull up Genius. Oh my gosh. The plucking and the violin and oh my gosh. I need to listen to that one a bunch. That was so beautiful. Okay. Let's see. No longer a danger to herself or others, she made up her mind and laced up her shoes. A nod to getting out of the psych ward where they often take shoelaces and belts to prevent suicide by hanging. Yes, that's I was wondering if it was rehab because I didn't want to jump all the way to this. I thought I remembered something about rehab, but I know from personal experience, I had an attempt when I was 16 years old and ended up in a ward for quite a while, and so I know about the shoelace thing. Yes, yelled down the hall, but nobody answered, so she walked outside without an excuse. She's used to having people check on what she's doing, but she's on her own now and can go where she wants without having to justify it to others. Okay, yeah. Following so far, my friends. Okay, she can go home, but she's not going to. Considering the other songs on the album, home tends to represent stagnation and numbness. The subject of this song is choosing to take a new path for her life instead of just returning to her ordinary routine. Okay, alright, I didn't really see it fully that way. I didn't necessarily not see it that way. Yeah, let's keep going. So she picks a direction. It's 90 to Memphis. Turn up the music so thoughts don't interlude. I really liked that verse. This verse may be a reference to Julian Baker, who features in the outro. A Memphis native, Julian talks about Graceland 2 in a 2019 interview, saying, "There used to be this thing called Graceland 2. It was this guy's house, and it was full of Elvis memorabilia. It was kind of creepy, but it was kind of awesome. It was like a cult legend, and if you drove out to his house in the sticks, it was across the bridge, really far away. If you drove out there and you bought him a 6-pack of Coca-Cola, he would show you around his weird house where he lived alone with all this Elvis memorabilia. Once he died, it was in the paper, and everyone collectively mourned the owner of Graceland 2. And if you went 3 times, you got this little card that said, lifetime member of Graceland 2. Little disparities like that between the real and between the pop culture significance and the cult bizarreness of Memphis." Okay. And wonders if he believed songs could come true. Elvis Presley was known and often criticized for recording songs by black artists that's why introducing their music to a much larger white audience. In this sense, he made these songs come true or worth listening in. I don't like that wording. In the eyes of white Americans. Phoebe also has criticized rock musician Eric Clapton for his troubled history with racism and cultural appropriation on Moonsong, so this could very well be a comment in similar vein. Oh, okay, I see. She's commenting. Okay, I see. Phoebe might also be pondering how much of Elvis's legacy was his over-the-top persona and how much of it was real, if the songs felt true to him or not. Elvis occupies a large part of his American psyche long after his death, with museums. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah. In some ways, it speaks to a much darker side of zealous fandom that Phoebe refers to throughout Punisher. Yeah, that I see the connection, that dark side of fandom, for sure. Okay, and then it says, for a rebel without a clue, a Tom Petty reference. That sounds familiar. Why do I know that name? Who's Tom Petty? Please let me know. I know it's not. Is that someone I should know? It sounds familiar, so I feel like it's probably. Anyways, Phoebe has previously expressed her appreciation of Tom Petty and covered his song It'll All Work Out. This is a line from the song Into the Great Wide Open by Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, which was similarly taken from the replacement song I'll Be You. From her interview with NPR, she said, lyrically, I steal from a couple people and try to pass it off as a reference. At least she called herself out. Hey, she's honest. I like that. I have a Rebel Without a Clue line, which is a replacements line that Tom Petty already stole, which is hilarious. So I'm just stealing it again. Oh god, I like her more now. You know, because there's some things that kind of instantly like turn me off. Not necessarily like fully and completely, but kind of like you know, ruin the interest a little bit for me with artists. And you know, things like if they don't write any of their songs, or you know, if they write shit just to write shit, and you know, stealing people's lyrics obviously would be one of them, except for like this in this way. This well, first off, it was one line. She called herself out for it, and it was a line that it was like a line that's being passed down, I guess. I don't know. That ended up being a cute little anecdote, and it made me like her personality. I mean, as much as I know about it through just that, I don't know her, but you know what I mean. Okay, I loved this line. So we spent what was left of our serotonin to chew on our cheeks and stare at the moon. Said she knows she lived through it to get to this moment. After ate a sleeve of saltines on my floor, and I knew then. Okay, this line right. So we spent what was left of our serotonin. For some reason, I love that. This is a reference to the fact this song is Bridgers reminiscing on doing MDMA with her friends. This is a simplification of the chemistry, but MDMA functions in part by dumping all of the serotonin available in your brain into your synapses at once. I know from experience as well about this, my friends. There is sometimes a down feeling in the days or weeks after taking it for this reason, because your brain spends all of the serotonin it has on that one trip. A side effect of MDMA is chewing your cheeks and grinding your teeth, as it acts as a stimulant and it heightens your senses. Wow, see, I didn't even put that together. I never would have put that together. But, yeah, no, I get it now. And then said she knows she lived through it to get to this moment. It says, probably referencing how Julian survived a rough period with mental illness earlier, but being in that moment with Phoebe and other friends makes life now seem so much more fulfilling. Ate a sleeve of saltines on my floor. Saltines are a good option to replenish electrolytes and alleviate stomach discomfort associated with psychedelic use. Phoebe explained in a tweet that she says, I did MDMA with someone who ate a bunch of saltines after because their stomach hurt. I love the way that she explains her songs and her tweets, because it's so just like matter of fact, and like sometimes super simplified to the point of sounding like okay, I still need more context. Phoebe, like, now I'm more interested. What? She seems very interesting. Makes me laugh. Okay, I would do anything you want me to. I mean, I think that this chorus is pretty self-explanatory. It's gorgeous, but let's see if there's... In an interview, Bridgers explains, caring about someone who hates themselves and is super self-destructive is the hardest thing about being a person to me. Okay, I'm glad I read that. Ow. Revealing that she is prepared to do literally anything to help the subject of the song. To Bridgers, this song is a sort of mediation and reflection upon the fact that sometimes all you can do is be there for someone who is struggling, or for example, the subject of this song who has struggled with addiction, as we cannot control people. See, addiction, I thought I read something about addiction or rehab or something like that. Okay, and then what's this last little note here? It says, this outro, God, that outro was so good. This outro is almost identical to the one on Halloween, possibly related to the savior complex theme that can be heard throughout the album, wherein there is this desire to help by being whatever the person wants or needs, despite the negative repercussions it may have on her. However, she's willing to do anything for the person out of love. Oh, this one was so good. Oh my gosh. Wow. Alright, let me know all the things. Let me know what I need to know. Sorry, I'm trying to get out of this. I have like the worst ADHD memory in the world. Like, I swear I know the tracks, but okay. I know the end. I know the end is next. Oh, it's the last song. It's the last song. Wow. Okay, so I will see you in the next video for I Know the End. this has been incredible. I'm kind of feeling sad about going into the last track, but I know she has other albums, correct? One thing that I did kind of regret going through this album is that I did it song by song. I feel like this album kind of would have, it deserved me listening to it, like just sitting down, like it would have been an experience, you know what I mean? Like it was very cohesive, it was very like should have been listened to as a, you know. So anyways, I think that's what I'm definitely going to do for the next one, at least for the next Phoebe Bridgers one for sure. If not, maybe just try to do that for most albums now. We'll see, but I will just say, and if that was noticed throughout this process, that this album should be listened to as a whole, and I definitely will be listening to it as a whole in my own time after I'm done with it. So all right, love you guys. Thank you guys so much for being here. It's always a pleasure. I will see you in the next video for I Know the End. See you later.